How's it going, everyone? We're just getting live right now, so appreciate y'all hopping in. I'm just going to share the link on our Rumble account to the Discord just because I got to look out for my people. So just hang tight one sec. There we go. Awesome. Oh, I always forget to launch the stream on Instagram. So I'm looking out for you this time, Instagram. We got you covered. Turn my brightness up a little bit here. I always, thankfully today was pull day, which really isn't a bad gym day, honestly. And I had to put some chapstick on because I took a hot shower and I drank a protein shake and I was doing treadmill like sprints and stuff, which probably isn't good for my shin splints and all that. But I get pretty gassed when I do these podcasts because it's right after a workout. So usually I have my team meetings on the alternate days. So Anthony and Elvin, all my other people that work with me and meet with me, they're pretty. They get the kind of tired side of me. I might have to reschedule these podcasts for like 8 when I can actually eat dinner and recharge a little bit. But I like pushing through, just keeping the momentum moving at night. Trying to put this chapstick on so I don't look like a dried out sack of potatoes for the live stream. Wow, now my lips are like really shiny. They look really shiny in the camera. That's probably a good thing though. So welcome in, guys. I appreciate you being here. This isn't a technical episode of the Ascended podcast. This is just going to be a one-off, just because I want to talk about something I feel like you guys really, really need to know about. This is going to be important. This is probably going to be one of the most important, episodes to redirect your life. And if you're looking at the title of this live stream, it's would you pay $20 to fix all your flaws? That's not just, that's not a over, I don't know what you even call that, like a crazy promise or anything like that. It's the truth. Because that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do on this call. So if you have 20 minutes or $20, you should invest it right here because I promise you could have $1 million real estate deal on the line. This is still going to be more important to dial in, but you got to do it. You got to commit right now and stay on this podcast. Okay. So I appreciate you guys coming back here. Thanks for just keeping up, honestly, with the podcast. We hit 30 episodes, big achievement. We've been growing. We keep moving in the right direction with the podcast. They're not great. Like my episodes aren't, published with the best animation style and all that stuff. But you guys are fucking dogs because you come back every time, support it. And we keep getting better because we're sharing information, talking about the market, talking about tech. You guys are actually learning something while all your friends are out there drinking Baja Blast at Taco Bell, which is honestly, it is fire. And they're talking about the latest Travis Scott album or whatever, which is also really good, honestly. But maybe that wasn't the best, comparison to use because I just compared, like fire to fire. So now we're going to talk about the problem of you. Because I can talk about myself all day. I love talking about myself. I'm a huge egocentric narcissist, as all my ex-girlfriends say. But I want to focus on you guys tonight because you guys are who are going to be making this decision and looking at what I'm about to tell you, the data points like you were a scientist in a lab and seeing how what I'm about to tell you may sound unbelievable. But I'm going to literally show you the evidence and how it works. So imagine paying $20 for something that fixes your biggest flaws. Anything, right? You guys might be like, what do you mean biggest flaws? Like maybe I can't communicate in my relationships. Yes, it'll fix that. I don't know how to get my business off the ground. Yes, it'll fix that. I don't know how to make friends in a new city. Yes, it'll also fix that. Imagine having every flaw in your life fixed. Because now we live in a reality where that's possible. And I know it sounds like a bold promise, but I am here with everything ready to back it up. And that's why I have to do this episode. This is why you guys have to pay attention because nothing else matters. Everything else is just you guessing and going back out and distracting yourself from your problems instead of just spending the time here to fix it. I'm going to show you how that works and why we just made something that is literally designed to do that. And it's going to be yours for free. There's no like, this isn't a sales VSL or anything like that. I'm going to give you access at the end of this video. Okay, so first I need to explain the world real quick and why most people don't actually fix their problems. ChatGPT and Grok and Claude and all the AI tools most people would say is the best resource they have to solve their problems. In 2025, you guys are simply, me personally too, drowning in options. I could join a creator course. I could join a community of entrepreneurs. I could get on LinkedIn and go to a meetup. I could go on meetup.com. I could download ChatGPT and pay for Pro for $200 a month. I could get on Claude. There's so many options out there that the term analysis paralysis is probably the biggest threat that you don't even realize to your existence in entrepreneurship. Everything that I just mentioned is mostly just pulling information from the noise of the internet. ChatGPT or Grok is probably the biggest thing. I love the way Grok communicates as an AI if you've ever used it, but it's literally there to reference other websites like Reddit and all that and get its context from the internet. That's great because it's based on human interaction. But what it doesn't do is take the data and actually tell you what to do with it. It gives you, like, sure, it'll make suggestions, but it doesn't roadmap a success plan for you. You still have to do that. You have to be the person that takes the data, just like Wikipedia, right? Because this isn't a new thing. This before is just repackaged Wikipedia in a conversation format. But you had to take the information and figure out, is this even useful? What do I do with it? Does this lead to something? I could go on Wikipedia and read about relationship psychology, right? And now ChatGPT just gives me that in a few seconds. But we're not at the stage yet where I can take that knowledge and know how to apply that to a situation with an exact formula, booking out my calendar to practice certain things, crossing off tasks, and actually getting me to the finish line. ChatGPT is still not good enough yet. Grok is still not good enough yet. Even a lot of the mentors that exist, including myself sometimes, and I'm a coach, are not good enough to solve all of your problems. So what do? What is the solution humanity moves toward? 87% of side hustles, the things you guys are probably trying to get off this podcast to go work on or do or whatever, you guys are probably, most of you, 87% of you, so you almost have a 9 out of 10 chance of that dying within 90 days, which sounds like a lot, right? You get a good run, but your motivation dies out. The discipline just isn't there yet. You run into a problem and it's too expensive to fix, or you just don't know the other options you have. So you think it's expensive, but there's a million other paths you're not aware of. And sure, ChatGPT has came in like a Band-Aid, right, to cover up and patch some of those holes, but it hasn't fixed it for you. There's execution chaos. There's not bad ideas. You guys know what you want. You know, you want a scalable service business, or you want to be a coach, or you want to be a content creator, or you want to make money selling clothes on TikTok Shop, whatever it is. I hate those ads. I don't know if you guys see the TikTok ads where it's like this guy that's like taking off his pants. I've seen that like 3 times where he has like 6 pairs of shorts on. He's like, you can't just get 1 pair, 2 pairs. And then he stops at the last pair before he like pulls his pants on. He's like, oh, almost got you. And I'm like looking at my phone, cringing. I'm like, this is just, people are just, this is like male OnlyFans. Like males are just, they're going on TikTok Shop and they're just selling out to sell like a $2 product that is made from like the worst plastic to mankind that you're putting on your balls and calling it pants. And then you're becoming infertile and you can't have kids. And this guy made like 50 cents off it. And he sold his dignity to do that. How is that any better than OnlyFans? Like, honestly, I wanted to make this tangent, but it's just, if you're doing TikTok Shop, sure, it's a hustle, but there's better industries. I promise you. And I'm going to show you how to figure that out in this call too. So stay on. So again, you guys run into issues. Let's say you're doing the TikTok Shop idea. Maybe you're not getting views on your videos. So you're just like, well, this is hard. Maybe there's just too many competitors. Maybe the market's oversaturated. I guarantee if you guys have been doing side hustles long enough, you've said this is just oversaturated. There's too many people. And I'm going to tell you that most of the time, it could have been true, but even more likely, you're just telling yourself that. You could have made money in that industry, and I think deep down you know that. You had a way to win, especially in coaching. I see coaches popping up all the time. Sure, it's oversaturated, but I made money. There's people that get clients because they're just in the right place at the right time. And to be honest, you probably just didn't stick with it long enough to be successful. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm not here to be friends with you. I'm here to coach you just as I would a client and give you the honest truth about your life, which is also why I'm going to prescribe the solution at the end here. Okay. So again, most of you guys will pivot. You'll burn cash on 11 tools per year is the average subscription for entrepreneurs. $1,200 on average per year. So about $100 a month in these subscriptions. And you give up. You quit. You just throw in the towel after a couple of weeks. And now with brain rot and tung tung saur and 6-7 and all that stuff, your attention span's just degraded to that of like a goldfish. Actually, it's less than a goldfish according to Pew Research nowadays. A goldfish could actually beat you in focusing now. And so you give up on your company, the thing that was going to set you free. And you're more willing to go back to the school grind, the 9-to-5 grind, because it just is too hard for me. I don't want to be the guy that's like, what do you call it? Like Andy Elliott or whatever, like right in your face, calling you, weak or whatever. I'm not Andrew Tate. I just want to say, I get it because I've been there too. And I've been on the receiving end of this. It's not fun to hear, but also I'm not just going to say that and say, buy my course. I'm going to give you guys something that can fix this for free. And I keep alluding to this. Don't worry, we're getting there. For the average 20-year-old male, I guess women too, but I did the research on men, so I can't confidently speak for women. The average 20-year-old male, it's worse. You guys think AI runs your business. Most of people do, but it's data dumps. There's no personalization. As much as you think it is, it's at the end of the day, just putting your name in and maybe some context about your situation, but it's still just gathering information from the internet, and it's like a Google search. It feels personalized because they mention context about what you said, but it's really not. It's just taking historical data points from the conversation and regurgitating them back to you to make it feel like it understands you. Kind of like your friends half the time, when the other half of the time they're on their phone and they're not really listening to you. Same with a girlfriend or a boyfriend too. Again, I'm not here to be friends with you. I'm sorry if that stings a little bit, but the result of this is wasted time. Imagine if you had 20 more hours a week, because you do. And most of that time where you're figuring it out instead of just acting, there's a different timeline where you had the answers and you could have just acted in those extra 20 hours. You didn't need to quit your 9-to-5. You didn't need to go all in. You're not successful because you're working a job. It's just because the time you do have, you don't have the roadmap. It's not even that you don't care. I think most of you do care. You just don't know how to execute. Because give yourself credit. You haven't built $1 million business yet for most of you. The ones that have, okay, it's a little easier now, but you're still maybe in a new industry. So don't take it out on yourself, is what I'm saying. Understand that you just need guidance. Just like you would go to school to learn how to read English for the first time. You need answers to understand the context of your problems. And that is where we come in. Most people, though, their data from ChatGPT, from Grok, these are all big names. Elon Musk is a big name. Tesla, what is the biggest selling point of Tesla? And I promise me, this is related. Tesla's not a car company. Apple's not a phone company. The biggest money-making source for both of those companies is your data. The data that tells those companies how often and when and what time of day you're on your phone, when you're in the shopping mood, what kind of music you listen to, right? Where you physically are located in the world. So therefore, what baseball team you like, what football team you like, all things that can target ads and make other companies pay Apple and Tesla to use that data to their advantage, to get you to spend more money. It's not about the car. It's not about the iPhone. Google, it's not about the search engine. It's about your information. And to be honest, most of these companies really don't give a shit. YouTube's probably going to bar me because Google owns it, and they're not going to like the fact that I'm saying this, which is why we're on Rumble primarily, because it's free speech. But to be honest, they make money off your downfall, the weaknesses, the flaws you have. So that's why we're here tonight. Because A, if you can fix most of those flaws, you nail out the kinks in the armor and you become unstoppable because there's no weaknesses. And secondly, if you used a tool that didn't give them all this information, you wouldn't be here in the first place. Is that making sense? Do you guys see those two connections? Okay. and I hate to be like Debbie Downer or glass half full. I hate to be a pessimist because honestly, guys, I'm the funny guy. I'm the optimist. In the dance circle. I'm getting crunk with the white girls at the party. But with AI displacing 300,000 jobs, you kind of got to be a little bit upset. With Bitcoin being below 100,000 in an unprecedented change of events, I still think it's going to hit 150 within 2 to 3 months. I'm not delusional because I see the math, but I didn't expect it to crash this hard. I didn't expect market manipulation to hit like it did and trust in institutions to drop at 50-year lows. You're not just building a business, you are fighting for your life, for fulfillment in chaos with all these competitors working with 1,000 people teams and now AI to their advantage when you don't have shit on your side. And again, I'm not like, if I could turn around, I'm with you guys on the problem here. I'm not against you talking at you. We are solving this together because half the time I still struggle to pay bills a lot of the times. I'm still kind of in the same situation as most of you. I would love to see the economy change. I would love to see better prices on things I buy every day. I would love to not have expenses to get any startup off the ground and feel like I'm stressed half the time. It's hard, and I get it. So, what if you didn't just have search tools? What if you actually had the answers? And I want you to kind of take a second. I'm going to try not to talk, which is hard because I'm a egocentric narcissist again, as I said, that likes to hear the sound of my own voice. But picture your life. If you had a person walking around with you, like an executive assistant, and they said, Mr. fill in your last name or Mrs. fill in your last name. This is what you have from 8 to 10 a.m. this morning. This is what you have from 10 to 11:30. We're going to get lunch afterwards. You're going to get a quick workout in the afternoon session. You're going to go on your afternoon lunch date with your partner. Maybe come back to work a little bit in the afternoon for a meeting or two. We're going to take you to the pool where you're meeting a client there, and then you guys are going to go golf afterwards. Then you're coming home, refreshing a little bit, going out to dinner with your partner, wrapping up your day. Everything is nice, clean, and organized. You didn't even have to touch your schedule, and you have a person doing this for you all the time. That's what the rich people get. That's the real life of a rich person. And I'm going to tell you guys that you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to live a lifestyle like that. You just need organization. And when you have organization and a roadmap, these things just start naturally happening. But most of you can't afford to go out and pay somebody $5,000 a month to follow you around all the time. So what if an AI did that? What if somebody built a tool that wasn't just a search engine like ChatGPT, but actually took what you were saying like an assistant and actually executed on it, came up with a plan to get you from A to Z as like a mentor would, and then they actually booked your calendar for you. They told you what your flaws were. They helped you grow from those flaws. They organized your life. They planned your calendar. You could see that while you were on the move at any time of day. You didn't even have to talk to them. They just, like physically, you could just type and figure that out. This is the life that we're now moving towards. Anybody can have this lifestyle. Not just in trying to survive, but actually knowing your goals, knowing your quirks, knowing your calendar, and being able to master all three. Because again, they say your $10,000, your first $10,000 is always the hardest money you'll make. And then you scale quite quickly after that because you become the type of person that understands who you are and how to get over who you were to become the better version of yourself. That's the hard, that takes from 18 to like 26 or 28 or 30 half the time. That's the biggest fight you'll ever get from 0 to 10K. And then once it's over, you go quick. But what if you knew the answers? What if instead of studying so hard for the test, what if you were allowed to look over someone's shoulder and get the cheat codes? School always told you you couldn't, but school is wrong. School is a 120-year-old institution that has very, very high rates of inconclusion about your future and your success. And it was designed to create a system of workers, not a system of thinkers, as we all know Rockefeller said, and he was on the board of the general education system, which has become our modern day school system. He didn't really give a shit if you succeeded or not. He wanted you to work hard and be a worker. But I'm telling you, you need to break that mindset. And I'm giving you the answers to allow you to cheat, because cheating is good in real life. Copying people's solutions is good, as long as you're making it better, improving it, adding something to the world. Okay, forget the script for a second. This is probably the most important thing I'll say all night. You don't win in life by just doing things, by just making things. When you create value, you are paid for value. As much as you don't think it lines up, as much as you think you can cheat the system, you are paid for value. A woman with an OnlyFans, her body is valuable to men, right? There are men that want value of sexual lust. That's not a good value to have, but they're willing to pay money for it. The value is in her looks, her beauty, her ability to create the sense of lust in men. That is a valuable skill to sell, as much as most of us would disagree with that industry. That's still how it works. If you're a teacher, you get paid because you transfer knowledge. You're creating a transfer of knowledge that wasn't there before. Okay, so you added value to society because your presence and the words in the classroom added value to someone else's life that didn't know what you were about to teach them beforehand. Now, sure, there's a lot of teachers that really don't know what they're talking about, especially in business, because they don't drive nice cars and live in nice houses. But for the most part, they add something to your life. They add a way of thinking, a way of doing. So they are paid accordingly. And the most valuable teachers, the high ticket coaches, know not just how to spit information at you, but give you the answers to win. And that is a bigger answer than just knowing who won the War of 1812 in the US. Okay? It was a good war, by the way. I think they stormed the Capitol in that war. They burned the White House. Fun fact, if you guys don't know your history. But, so, okay, that was the point. Creating value in your life. This is relevant to you. I'm talking with you. To win in life, to get paid more money, society will award it, even if it's selfish because you're just looking at yourself right now. If you go from a point of not knowing how to start a business to being a guy that or girl that can run any single business in the world because you know how to think, how to lead people, and are a natural leader and communicator, that is a skill that society awards with money. You don't see how it works. It doesn't matter if you're using Stripe or PayPal or Klarna or whatever. If you know how to lead people, you will have a successful business because society is naturally going to weed you out of the mix as being a good leader. And the tools that you create are naturally going to be better than bad leadership companies. Does that make sense? So no, it's not about knowing how to use ChatGPT to copy an industry that 50,000 other people are doing. No wonder your e-commerce store is failing. It's because you're not the e-commerce leader that you're supposed to be. Maybe you just got into e-commerce because you saw a video. Is that really the industry you should be in? Maybe you're a better stock trader. Maybe you're better off with an OnlyFans. Maybe you're better off with a million other industries, crypto trading, right? Door-to-door sales. You need to understand your flaws and your strengths. And 99% of AI tools, you could sure ask it those questions, but they're not programmed to give you those answers and a path to fix them. Okay? That is the point I want to make tonight. But for $20, that's what Nova does. And I give you guys free access to that. This isn't a sales script, I promise. But I just want to make that known. That is why I'm here today. Because me, a 20-something-year-old nobody that just is trying to figure the same problems out you guys are, that I promise you're going to go work on after this tonight, most of you guys, or you're trying to work on it while listening to this. We're in the same boat together. But I just happen to create a framework based on the things I teach other people that I plugged into an AI that can identify the pros, the cons, the insights, the things that you don't think about subconsciously that are tearing your life apart. Maybe it's a bad relationship in your past. Maybe it's drama with your friend that you don't think you're thinking about, but AI is getting subtle context to that. Maybe it's your personality Myers-Briggs type that we talked about a few episodes ago, and you're just an introvert and you're not built for extrovert activities, and it's telling you that. But most of us don't take the time to look at our car, plug the key chip in. What is that called? The thing that you plug in your car to scan it, the scanner, I guess, scanner chip, and actually read the codes on yourself. Do you have a check engine light on? Are you oversleeping? Are you undersleeping? All of these little things that affect you. And this is your time to be selfish. Because if you're not oiled right, if you're not charged right, if you don't have gas in the tank, and if you're putting a diesel in your gasoline tank because you don't understand yourself, you're not going to win. You're going to sputter out. Does that make sense? Okay, so now it's all now that was the main point. Now I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to actually show you guys how we deliver what I just talked about and how we're different from ChatGPT and Grok and all that, and we're free. Okay. First, I want to talk about the 3 benefits, and this will take, I promise, it's going to take like 90 seconds because I just want to make it known why our tool is so much better. First of all, we have different modes that are programmed to do different things with you. Therapy mode, to talk about your feelings when it determines it's the right time to, or when you set it to be that time. Auto modes, naturally, when you start chatting with our system, it's going to rotate between all these modes based on the types of chats you're sending to it. Mentor mode, which is going to help you figure out your business strategy. Figure out what business you even want to start. If you're not making money yet, figure out what's wrong and what you should actually be working on based on what you're telling it. It's going to also get access to whatever you share. You can share your Notion with it. You can share your Google Drive with it. You can share your Gmail. And it's going to have all the context. So that way you don't have to keep prompting it like ChatGPT and spitting things at it to try to update it on your life. It just simply knows because it's already occurring in the system. All right. So you don't waste half the time you're using AI for anyway, trying to paste in screenshots or voice mode updated on the context of the situation. It just simply knows. So that's why we're different. You got like friend mode, which talks about basic day-to-day activities. You have a research mode. There's a legal mode to look at law and policy and help you make the best decisions. Should you start an LLC? Should you do a S corporation, C corporation? Should you not incorporate at all? All of the problems that entrepreneurs face that ChatGPT isn't going to be best trusted for. Not only that, but if you tell ChatGPT your plan, you're also giving OpenAI your information, and they are selling that information. They're also using that and partnered with massive corporations who I guarantee you already know are using that data against you. And you have to make the decision on if that's worth it. So again, let's talk about, let me share my screen here and talk about how this actually works. I'm gonna pull it up in a tab here and you guys can see, let me pull my keyboard and my mouse over and then we'll talk about how this actually functions. Okay, so here's the browser. I'm going to go to alturasociety.com. And then when you guys get to the site, this is what it looks like. It's your AI system. Okay, I didn't talk about this too. I'll just talk while I'm signing in. But this is your co-pilot that's going to run your company with you. We're launching this in an app format very, very soon. So you guys are going to be able to actually download this on your phone through the Apple or Google Play Store and then have this assistant with you. But if you log in on the web version, you also get access to everything else in our inventory, which is a private chat room, a calendar, all that stuff that you guys would get otherwise. I'll show you the calendar real quick. Your day-to-day schedule. You can plan events like you could in Google Calendar or Motion, and AI is going to reschedule your calendar for you naturally based on what's best for you. Next, Nova AI is the main thing we've been talking about tonight. Here's your conversations with it. Just be like, help me plan a business strategy. And you can see here as it sends, it's going to talk through different key functions about your business. Let me actually, one second. Let me actually open up the Insight side first before we show you guys the connections and hookups and all that. But when you talk to it, you guys get this stuff on the right side. So I need a structure to define goals. The user's not sure response. They benefit from, clarity or whatever it is. It's saying maybe I'm uncertain in my needs because I've just said I don't know because I was testing the system a lot. Maybe there's a potential, by the way, here's the response. I'll show you that in a second. Potential internal communication blind spot. Does ChatGPT naturally tell you guys this stuff? Well, not explicitly confirmed as a challenge yet. The AI's, reintroduction of internal communication systems as a previous interaction suggests this is an area the user might have overlooked. From our conversations, since we're talking about improving insights and you brilliantly identified internal communication systems as a potential blind spot, we can gently nudge that thread again. So it's saying how it would handle this with you as if it were a coach. And then you guys can actually follow through on that and the AI will help you fix that problem in your life. Let's go to personality. I guess I don't really have a lot of insights yet. I don't know if all these data points are filled out. I guess challenges was the main thing that has started. I haven't used this conversation thread very long. This is the beginning of it because we've been testing this system a lot. So obviously this is going to fill in as I go. Strengths, self-awareness in business communication. Based on the AI's recall, the user demonstrated excellent self-awareness regarding blind spots and internal communication system and their impact on translating vision to action, which is what I'm explaining right now. So I'd say I have a pretty good grasp on it. Probe deeper into the user's insights on communication blind spots. Frame future questions in a way that encourages reflective analysis from the user to help them see their blind spots. Do you guys see that? This is what ChatGPT isn't doing. It's not helping you learn about yourself. To help you plan an effective strategy, let's talk about foundational questions. What is your business? Who is your target customer? What is the core problem you solve for them? What does success look like? These are things a mentor would talk to you guys about that you're getting right here. You're getting the plan. It's helping you work through the kinks. You're learning about yourself. Over here, guys, you see the different AI task recommendations based on the conversation. And you can add these to your calendar, you can talk through these different things, but you can also plan your week, design your quarterly objectives, review your progress, revise your business strategy, generate legal documents, sales strategy, customer research, pricing, building a pitch deck, content calendar, vision alignment, strategic check-ins. These are all things that get added to your tasks list. And when the app drops, you can also see your history, by the way, here. You can go into the calendar and it'll actually show your tasks in this list. Okay. So if I go create a task, let's just say the task would be to talk to AI or whatever it is. Talk with Nova AI. It's just going to get added to my events and it'll show up in my list. I can move it around, stuff like that. And it'll show up in Nova AI. I can reference those tasks. And it basically helps keep me organized. You obviously get a voice mode here. You get everything that you would get with Grok and ChatGPT. I'm not trying to go too deep into that, but the same subscription, guys, for the same price as ChatGPT runs, and I'll show you that right here, $20 a month, you get access to the system that is running that stuff. Not only that, but we're giving you guys money. We're giving you cash to help bring people to our platform and help us grow. You automatically start with $5 in your account. You guys, if you're subscribers, get access to our live chat feature where you can talk to other entrepreneurs, other founders, and actually build your businesses with these people. You can network with them. We're building a networking hub that's basically LinkedIn, where you connect with other people your age with similar ideas and grow your companies together. When the time's right, if you're a NFT holder, which you can check out our website on how to buy that in the pricing tab, you're going to be able to submit proposals to get $50,000 potentially thrown at you for your companies. You can pitch your idea to the other founders in our community. And if they vote to in the voting hub here to approve your business, which will start showing up as we grow our network, you can get the funding and partner with us to actually launch your company. You don't have to take on a business credit card from American Express like I had to do and hope that you can pay it off by making it happen. Otherwise, when the year runs out and you're facing 26% APR interest, yeah, it's scary. And I've been there. I have the screenshots to show that you don't want to have to put yourself in that position. It's better to partner with somebody that actually believes in you, which is our community, to give you the money, to give you the resources to actually get your business off the ground. We're going to launch a cryptocurrency, which we're going to give to you to pay you to start your business. If you're an NFT holder, you're going to get airdrop that stuff. There's all these benefits out here. And I want to be clear about how deep our ecosystem is compared to just being an AI tool. The AI tool is going to be the foundation that runs that. Eventually, we're going to have an operating system tool that's branded to our company. And you guys are going to get to use that to onboard your clients, run your day-to-day business, send them updates, send them emails, host live streams or live calls with them. All the stuff you guys would normally do with Google Workspace, all the other tools there, but also running your business and meeting the founders in the same website. Okay, I just showed you the AI tool that's going to teach you about yourself. As you keep talking to it, it'll suggest tasks in the conversation thread. You can add to your tasks list, and it'll automatically schedule it into your calendar. If you have a Google Calendar linked, if you have Microsoft Outlook Calendar linked, it's going to actually forward that out to your app. So if you don't want to use our app or our calendar, Google can still be your main calendar. We're just going to help you plan that and reorganize your events in real time instead of you trying to figure out the perfect schedule every day. Motion is a calendar that does this automatically, but they charge $34 a month just for that. They don't have any AI chat bots that do this stuff, help you figure out what should even be on your calendar. They're just there to plan it for you. And we just beat their system. We just beat ChatGPT's system. We just gave you actionable steps. We're a real business that is here to design your future and help you execute on it. If this resonates at all with anybody here, I want you guys to go to alturasociety.com and sign up. It's going to be linked to this live stream. It's in my profile. Start a free trial. Use our stuff for free. There's free limits. Eventually, you'll max it out, obviously, but try it and see if it works for you. I'm not Sam Altman, all goofy, saying that you have no choice but to submit to AI. I'm saying use our tool if it helps you. And if it does, I'd love to see you in our chat rooms talking with other human beings. Human beings are still important. You still want to connect with them and build up a network of people that could be your business partner someday. I'm running this with Anthony. I did drink my protein shake if you're listening. So I'm keeping my gains up, protein para. And I want you guys to find the people, the systems, the tools that are going to be best for you. And I'm telling you that if you stick with us, we did this in 2 months. We're going to have the tools to run your business, the tools to run your calendar more efficiently, the AI to talk to, the email system, all of this in one place. And you never have to worry about another subscription again. And if you're a lifetime member, you'll never have to pay to start another business after this. That is the life I'm promising you guys. That is real. I just showed you it. So there's no way to deny that. It's now up to you to decide if $20 is worth your future and worth fixing your flaws, worth learning about yourself, worth having an executable plan to get from zero to income in 7 days because the AI helped you figure it out and schedule your calendar for you. Or you can go back to scrolling. You can get out of the live stream. You can choose to ignore this tonight. And in 6 weeks, when we're taking over the App Store from Grok and ChatGPT and the price has gone up, it's going to be harder. You can wait. There's always an opportunity cost. But also, you just wasted 6 weeks that you could have already set yourself free. I'm Caleb Schulke, and I want to put this message out tonight because I care about you guys. Just imagine a year from now. We talked about this. Let me put the keyboard aside. I'm going to end with this. We're done after this, I promise. In a year, close your eyes again. You are the person that has the personal assistant or just the AI tool you continue to use. Maybe your personal assistant is using the AI tool to schedule your calendar. Your business is thriving. You're sitting on a beach, maybe in a penthouse, on a balcony, feeling the wind. You're in your dream day. Your partner's with you. They're sitting on a couch. They're enjoying their life because you set them free. Your parents call. They're happy that you gave them the opportunity to live a free life, full of nourishment, full of fulfillment, because you provided for them, because you decided to act when the world was hard, when the economy sucked, when all odds were against you. You stepped up and tied your shoelaces. You executed in a world where everyone's just passive and watching and consuming. You beat the game that was designed to beat you. You go downstairs, you get in your supercar, you go to the restaurant, you get a coffee, you get lunch, whatever it is. You come back, you get on the meeting with the network, with the team, with the founders that you're working with that you met inside of Altura for the same subscription price that are just as motivated as you, and work on the business that you guys started together, that you got the funding thrown at you for, to basically have a free lifetime ticket and free entry pass to get $1 million company thrown at you because you were part of this. That's real. That is the vision I have. And I created the platform with my excellent team, with Anthony, with Alvin, with all the moderators, with all the other people helping us to make it a reality. We've done the work. Now it's up to you to take the tool and use it for what it was intended to be better than ChatGPT, to stop getting out of the cool, AI chatbot tools that all your buddies are using and actually execute and show them why this was designed in the first place. I promise you it's real. This is only going to get better. It's going to be on the App Store soon. Everyone's going to be exploring what this is in the next couple of weeks. By the time we're in the magazines and all over the web, your advantage will be lost because you didn't act before that was the case. I'm rooting for you guys. If you're seeing this whenever, I appreciate your time watching. I'll see you in the Discord and eventually on the website in the live chat or in the app itself. Have a good night. And I hope you take action. I hope you execute, and I hope you ascend through Altura.